perfect. Absolutely perfect. Got a little chair today, team.
Oh, how good's that? Ooh. Not as good as I thought it was.
But it's a nice little chair. Grab a seat here. Right. What are we dealing with? What a day. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Whew. Now, gonna try something a little bit different. I've got some powdered pigments that need to be added to a surface. So, I think this could be defined as a well-ventilated space. I think that's fair. Gently make some pigments. Who do we have here? David, welcome on East Coast. Welcome everyone. I'm mixing you this ultramarine blue. I might spin us around a little bit. I know the view's great, but the sun's just in a bit of a funny position for you all. Let me give us a little bit of a rotation, team. Sun's there. I'll wiggle this around a wee bit. Tell me about it. You'll have a hard time getting a blue more intense than what we're currently playing with. It's an raw, handmade aquamarine blue. It's about as intense as it can get, team. Right, there we go. Love on my beaches, if that's what you need. And California, you see, always wanted me. Alright, there we go. Speaking of bold, this is going to be a pretty interesting picture. Another experiment, I suppose you could say. Round one. Paint. Right. If that's who knows what's happening? Who's picked it up? Or is it pretty much invisible? Right. Wow. I'm super sorry about the wooden, guys. It's not going to stop. It's handy, but Steve. Funny. I see it now. It's good. It's good. It's simple. It's simple. It's so effective. Both the painting and you joke. So this painting's starting because if you're a subscriber, you'll already know this, but I've started. Who's that there? Amsterdam Walks. Amsterdam Walks. Out there in this world somewhere is someone who's going to love you to bits, and you're going to form a partnership with them, and you're going to care about them, and they're going to care about you for the rest of your life. And I wish, with every ounce of my being, that comes to pass for you. I believe in you. But what you're saying now, it's just the start of your journey. You're going places, and I believe in you. Right, priestess. We're making these eyes from scratch, priestess. Pigments and ultramarine blue. I can't say enough how much I love using paint that I make myself. I feel like there's a level of romance to it that you don't get otherwise. And it's not because anyone's told me that, it's because I feel that. So sometimes I won't use cerulean blue. I'll just use ultramarine and add some white to it. You get a similar effect. It's a little bit more chalky than actual cerulean blue, but it means you can just use more ultra, which I love. I'm a great model if you need one. Capture my eye colour perfectly. I think one thing I love about eyes is no matter how young or old you are, there's a preciousness to and a beauty in your eyes. Obviously when you get extremely old they get glazed over a little bit, but even in your 70s and 80s there's a beauty to the eye, and I think there's a charm to that, personally. Hey, who's been mean here? Amsterdam Walks. Amsterdam Walks, I love that you're here, but this is an inclusive space. And we need you to be inclusive and be a part of that space with us. If you don't like it, you may face a small stand down period. Don't get me wrong, still love you to bits, but you may have a stand down period. So be nice to everyone, because everyone here is welcome. I'm going to need a little rag though, I reckon. Is Shelby in here at the moment? Would I be so lucky? I do need someone to bring me a little rag. It's the one thing I forgot. just need a little cloth. Got some drips coming in here, which is good, but it means I've mixed the mix just a little bit too thin, which is okay, but it means we have to wipe drips up. Let's wipe some drips up. Don't wanna drive. Big sneeze. You want to know the serious irony behind this piece too? We're using makeup tools to make a picture. I think that's really fun. And that's not actually the ocean. That's the wind rustling through the branches of trees, which is pretty fun. Donna is there now in Auckland for a 2-day layover. That's fun. Welcome back to New Zealand, Donna. That's absolutely lovely. And jeepers, is it close to that kind of blue? I really don't know. Ultramarine blue kind of has no equal though. Is she going all the way down to Rotorua this time, Steve, or just the 2 days in Auckland? Have a good one, Seb and team. Off to go fishing with the girls today. Enjoy yourself. And hello to Bali. Whereabouts in Bali? We're talking north, south? I love Lavina. Chilling in Auckland this time. Yeah, nice. I'm down in Bay of Plenty this time, Steve. But, how soon until you're flying, Steve? How soon until you're back in the air? I hope to be there soon and take my next painting back with me. Fingers crossed. I'd like that. Come back to that colour actually. Six months, need surgery again. Yeah. Well, wishing you all the best. Sending all the best from here in New Zealand. Positive vibes, and hoping you're doing your rehab too, because like we talked about, that does make a difference. Hello, the painting is fire, and so hope you had a wonderful day so far. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Stan. We've got the stand a bit further back today, and I wanted to put my inspiration on the ground so everything's a little bit harder to see. So I've got some times up glasses, which I'm sure, I hope you don't mind. Good morning. Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start. I mean, like physical rehab. The other rehab, yes, though, should be. Professor said. It's helpful, guys, because when you're working with a smaller brush and that smaller detail, this is handy. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. The event is strong today. Arguably too strong. But anyway, we'll make it work. Itchy elbow. Will be an excellent day to fly. That's interesting you say that, Steve. Shelby's been watching that surf report with a lot of interest. And ZQEPO, you're more than welcome. As long as anything you say isn't too rude and doesn't contain any hate, you're more than welcome to be here. We just want to create an environment for everyone, talking teenagers all the way up to seniors. So that sounds like an idea. Ideal. Oh, the kite. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Guys, look at the weather we've got here. Let me just spin you around. Can I spin you around? You ready? Wonderful. What a place. What a place to be. Jeepers creepers. Come at me, wind. That's what I want. Yes, it is New Zealand. Welcome on in. Pink, you see hints of pink? You are correct. There's just a few little touch points. White. Here, catch. you dropped it. Don't worry, plenty of time for improvement. Howdy from Belfast, lovely to see you. Forrest, welcome on in. Excuse my coughing. And Jules. I have missed you, Jules. If you've been lurking around the background, it's great to actually see you again. And let me just come down a bit, team. The white chalk paint stick. Yeah, so that's actually, it's got a silly name, it's called Play Color, but the reason why this is great is it's actually solid paint, gouache. So we're painting with gouache at the moment. I started off with oil, but guys, I get weird about gouache. I like it, and this is essentially solid gouache. So it reactivates when the kinetic energy, the friction causes heat to occur, and then bang, it melts. And then once it stays still for a bit, that energy, heat leaves, and it solidifies. Great stuff. Love it to bits. It took me a minute to figure out what you were painting. Now I fully see it. Do you? It's a really fun one, actually, this one. It's I've been watching Formula One lately, and I thought I'll do one of the cars. And so if you look here, you can see the driver standing there beside the 2023 Formula One car. And then just above them there, you'll see the stands and all the crowd. And then below them, there's a big smorgasbord of food. So you should see a 2023 Formula One car, the driver holding his hat, a big crowd, and a buffet of food. If you can't see that, you just don't have an artistic eye, and I can't help it. It's, I kind of want to release a reel where you talk like that and see how many people take the bait. Like, he's messing with us, right? He has to be. He has to be. I started not liking these gouache solid paints, but actually they come in handy a lot more than you'd think they would. A lot more than you think they would. That's really cool. Thanks, Sasha. I appreciate you being here. And do I take to say? I'm not going to say that out loud, but just ignore me, Steve. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the artist says. If he says there's a race car in there, if he says there's a giant landscape in there, if he or she says, sorry, or they say. But the thing is, it's entirely to do with what you actually see. If you can't see a parrot, then for you, the parrot doesn't exist. Think about the, if a tree fell in the woods, but no one heard it or saw it, did it actually fall? Same question goes, if the art gets made but no one sees it, is it actually art? Well, yeah, it is, but only one viewer had an opinion on what it was. When you see it, suddenly you can actually, your perspective is as significant as anyone else's, is what I'm trying to say. And honestly, it's funny you say that. I wish these easels either had one strong leg or they kind of need 4 legs. You must be an artist, because the problem that comes in with 3 legs, see how it can fall over? I'm actually weak to wind in 2 perfect directions. You can blow my easel over. So 4 is primo. It's harder, it's more stable. Unless there's a physics lecturer in here who's like, actually, the physics of that does not work out the way you think it does. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. Cheers, Tony. It's coming along. It's coming along. I was thinking about a yarn I gave yesterday about portraits are always really fun because every part of it feels like it's part of a significant story. Every stroke is skin on the face that develops a personality. And I thought, well, what if you zoomed in further? And then my father was actually talking to me this morning and he said, I really like the way you do eyes. And I really think that's a winner for you. You know, that's really something that I love about your artwork. And I said, all right, well, today I was going to do a portrait. This was going to be another face. I thought, you know what, let's just zoom right in on the eyeball and let's see what happens. And we're doing that, and honestly, it's kind of liberating because the subject matter is so simple, so it allows me to explore a bit more. So the glasses today help because the picture's down the ground. I had it on a stick, but it was blown away. And the camera's far away, so with all the components everywhere, I'm like, we're just gonna look a bit more like an old man. I'm just gonna, these are 7 photos and I need it. Everything's blowing. Are you going to surprise Dad when you're finished? Ha! Nah, he'll see it. Because we'll turn it into a reel and then you'll see the reel on Facebook or Instagram. But it's a good idea. What do you think?
Is that it's not Cooper's Eye.
No, it should be.
No,
It's not.
I know. I was like, at first when I saw it, I thought, is it Cooper's Eye?
Oh, we'll have a
And then
go.
I got all excited. and
We'll have
then
a
I
go
saw
at
the-
Cooper's Eye, but
Then I saw the picture and I was like, it's not. So I don't like it as much now.
fair enough.
It looks very good though. Are you live?
Yeah,
Did everyone hear me hate on your painting now?
yeah,
Great painting. Great painting.
that's pretty funny. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Kiss. There we go. Shelby just brought me out a little cup of coffee. Lucky me. She just said, "Is that Cooper's Eye?" And I'm like, no, it's not Cooper's Eye. She's like, I care less now. But you know, it's entirely fair, right? Yeah. What a wonderful, wonderful day. Beautiful place. Yeah, it's good. That's good. And guys, we got a smaller group in today, which is on one hand kind of fun, but on the other hand, what's really cool is we've hit 7,000 likes, which is pretty fun. It's not easy to. Oh, jeepers! Sorry, guys. I just realised what's going on there. How dare that thing? What? Get out of there! Time to make progress on it. Yeah, delete that. Get rid of that. I am so sorry, team. I only just realised that dirty subathon timer was on top of you guys the entire time. That is disgusting. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I will do better in future. That is absolutely shocking. Unbelievable. Guys, you gotta put me up when something stupid like that. God, that's bad. Here we go. Who's that? Evan. Appreciate it, Evan, you champion. We're working on a currently a paste. Here we go. Got a paint palette. Put it upside down. Coffee cup. We'll stand on that. It's actually custom made like that. That's the reason why they put these grooves around the bottom of the plate, because it means the coffee cup won't slide off it when you're painting. They do it to all crockery, not because everyone's artists, but because it's just a lovely gesture to do for a minority career choice, and I really appreciate that. Okay.
If you love me, please let me know. Don't.
Not, that's a song, by the way, just FYI. And taking number one. Do. Bow, wow, bow. Do. Okay. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Coming on in, see this here? This is what we're dealing with. Elepe, este que. You see that? I can't quite tell my glasses if you can see that, but I hope you can see that. This is we're not going to use that much of it, that's just been ridiculous. It's been silly. Tomfoolery. But this is solid gouache paint, so on the canvas it's fun, it smears around, and then we come on back with a brush for that scuffling dry effect. This always goes on wet. Very hard to do a dry effect with this because it's just spreading more and more. Hey Taylor, welcome on in. Alright. If you love me, please let me know. Dum, dum, dum. It's the last song I was listening to before the AirPod I was wearing. It wasn't the AirPod actually, it was the iPad. I left it in the sun and it overheated. And said, nah, Seb, you have cooked me. I can no longer play your music. And I thought, you know what, that's fair. I'm sorry. ba-dum. What music do you listen to while painting? I chop and I change. Honestly, guys, I'm probably all over the show. Sometimes it's a musical, sometimes it's Greatest Showman, sometimes it's old school country, sometimes it's lo-fi, sometimes it's pop. That might have been a country pop. The one thing that's certain though is that there's very little consistency. It's all over the show. I think the painting set chooses the music. Right now, with this wind, something a bit more Enya. I could do some Enya right now. That would work for me. But at the moment, we're waiting for my iPad to start overheating in the sun. And Caleb, welcome a new champion. You can refrigerate it in a plastic bag and it may come back to life. Oh no, it will. It's just, it's saying temperature too hot, so it's saying, let me cool down to go over the shade, and it'll turn back on in no time. Just that sun coming down the black screen, just heads it up. Jay, good to have you in here. Welcome back. Jay, I don't know if you caught the memo, but we're working on a racetrack. So this is a Formula One driver, and he's holding his helmet. He's beside a 2023 Formula One race car, and there's a crowd in the distance. So we're going to try and make that come together. How long have I been painting? My whole life. Yeah, ever since I was 1 or 2. I guess the real big turning point, you know, you always have a creative kid say, but the big turning point was when I was about 6 years old. I used to paint glass barriers outside the house. And I think that was the big turning point, because everything up till then, and a lot of the things after then, got saved. And so as a kid, I learnt that art was something that you should make a finished result from. You know, as a kid, you learn that you should make a finished result and show it to people. Look how great this is, look how great this is. I didn't get that as a kid. I got two things. First off, it was on a glass barrier, so I couldn't pick it up and move it somewhere to show someone. I had to bring them to it to show it to them. That limited it from being seen by friends, teachers, whoever. And then the fact that it was temporary paint meant that I only had 24 hours to show someone, and then it was all washed away. And so from about the age of 5 or 6, I learned, my young mind got convinced about that, that actually painting was about the process and having fun while doing it, and no one needed to see the end result. The end result wasn't what was really valuable about the process or doing it. Yeah.
sorry for the word salad there, but basically from being 5 or 6 years old, I actually learned that making the painting was supposed to be the part that was important. Because I couldn't take it away, and because it would get destroyed. Not because anyone wanted to destroy it, it's just that it wouldn't last. Paint on a glass barrier, outside, gone. That's how I learned. Yay, 10,000 likes, good for everyone. Cheers, Steve, appreciate that. And did I have a baby? Lauren, I didn't personally have the baby. My partner did, but we did have a baby together, I guess, in a figurative way of speaking. Now, I'm very, very proud of her, how she performed for the team. We have a little daughter whose name is Cooper, and she's a little delight. Yeah, I feel that's really valuable to know when you're young for a hobby or a passion. Exactly.
Results have to exist to make things into careers, yeah, definitely. But actually, learning to enjoy it for every year, sub about 15 years old, I mean, for any age, learning to enjoy it is paramount to actually wanting to pursue something meaningful in that field. If you don't enjoy it, why would you want to dedicate your life to it? You'll only do it till the next paycheck, and then you'll be sick of it again. You need to make art in a way that you think, yes, I have money, I can now make more art. That's what the philosophy needs to be. If your head's not in that space, whatever your career is, if you're a motorbike rider, you know, you like motocross, you can't be thinking, oh, I made money, now I don't have to do any more motocross. The philosophy wants to be, and most of the time is, yes, I've got money, I can now do motocross, I can now go fishing. You know, what's the thing you want to do if money didn't matter? And I know that sounds rich to say that, because a lot of us are struggling paycheck to paycheck. But what's the thing you would do if money didn't matter? That's not my comment, that's Alan Watts, a philosopher. And if you ask that question, the answer is very different from, say, oh, I want to be an accountant. I'd do accounting for free if someone, you know, if I had enough money. Some people would. Some people would. But is that you? And once you know what you do for free, do that. Do that. That's what I love about Forrest Gump. When Forrest Gump's like, and then I got a call from Lieutenant Dan, and he said, we don't have to worry about money no more. And I said, that's great. One less thing to worry about. And he says, but I kept mowing them lawns for free. Excuse me, guys, still recovering from a cold. What do you do with a fella like that? But I kept mowing them lawns for free. Got a call from Lieutenant Dan. He said he invested in an Apple company. He tells me I don't have to worry about money no more. I said, that's great. One less thing to worry about. That's great. One less thing to worry about. We'll learn a thing or two from Forrest Gump. Welcome, follow, like, share, and click the heart button with me to join team. Cheers, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah. You can come on in here and do all those things, or you can just come on in here and hang out. I honestly would love to have you in this space. When I'm not doing stupid things like putting the subathon timer over the artwork, and spend some time with me here in New Zealand, basking in the sun of this wonderful, wonderful place. I'm covered in sunscreen, don't worry. We're painting, like I say, a 2023 Formula One race car. The driver beside it. Big smile on his face. You can see the big smile. If you can't see the big smile, can't help you. It's very, very obvious. It's hard to miss. And we're going to see where it goes.
a house in New Orleans at gold the rising sun. Do 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 do. And do I know the one. La dee dee dum dee dum. La doo dee da. La doo dee da. At least. Da dee dee da. Lee doo doo da. Gypsy wind is blowing warm tonight. Sky's full and the time is right. But still you're telling me you have to go. Before you leave, there's something you should know. Something you should know, baby. Gotta be careful, guys. I play that out loud, they'll cancel the stream. Cheers, Birdie. Welcome in. And who's saying the painting looks so good? What's the name there? Sky. I appreciate you. And waiting for my son to help me. He said today he can. Can't wait. Don't know what's happening there, but I'm excited for you. If you want to join my vibe, I'm listening to Bob Seger. Love myself a bit of Bob Seger.
Johnny, what are you doing in Italy? I hope it's a holiday. I hope you go on there together for a holiday. And what a beautiful thanks, Johnny. Yeah, enjoy your holiday and hello all the way to Italy. Oh, you're making me jealous.
The sniffle's not because I'm crying either, John. It's just a little bit of a sore throat.
Something's in my eye. I'm not crying because I don't get to go to Italy.
I want to go to Italy.
Where was my invite, Johnny?
You probably thought Seb's got a kid now, he can't come. Otherwise you would have definitely invited me. Surely.
Johnny, I've got confused here then. It is two Johnny K's. You don't need to pay for a stay, maybe. Well, you absolute legend. Thank you very much. And Birdie sent me a painting. That's jeepers. There's a lot of exciting news in here right now. Congratulations on your new painting, Steve. And Johnny, I'm coming to Italy. I'll see you there. I don't know why, Johnny. Maybe there's another collector called Johnny K, which isn't impossible. I thought you were in Washington. There'll be two collectors. There'll be two Johnny K's, guys. There can't be any other reason why I'm so certain. says, well, I'm the Italian one. Cheers, Johnny. And
Glad you're enjoying this one.
I can have you at my door holding that painting tour. My keyboard is broken. I mean to say, I can imagine you at my door's house holding that painting you're working on. It's broken up there a little bit again on you, Johnny. But, I like where it's going. Alright. Left for a while, then come back, some major progress. Do you name your paintings? I do. I dabble around with a few different names. It's usually archival names. So like, what can you call it to make it easily findable? So this one might get called Blue Iris. But sometimes, if there's a deeper meaning or a story we need to tell you about, the name can help you better understand the painting. Sometimes. But I think we're done for today. Yeah. I've had fun. Right. Now, let me have a look at that from your angle. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. I'm glad you like it too, guys. It's a bit of a, it's a bit different from what we regularly do. We normally do faces, but this is a really up close zoom, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It needs a little bit more love, but I love where it's at. Alright team, I am going to clean up this giant mess that I've made, and then after I've done that, I'm going to probably have a little bit of lunch. That's my plan. Who's that? Steve, thank you very much. And can we see it without the shadow on top? Ah, yes you can. Yeah, I see what's happening is. That's annoying, Ronnie. There we go. How's that? I thought forward too much, you lose the big fan. Let's take this one away. Alright team, on that note, MVP right here, survived the wind gusts. We almost lost the canvas a few times, but that served good purpose. Alright, I'm out of here. Look after yourselves, guys. It's backup time. Cheers, Johnny. Jeepers. My hair's all over the show. Thanks for tolerating. That shadow hides it. Yeah, fair. Light's been a bit of a tough one today because it's high noon, so it blasts straight down. But anyway, see you, Johnny. Jay, Mickey Mouse, Jules, see you later too. Bye guys, and Steve. All of you look after yourselves. Catch ya.